can see there where it's turned black, where the rust converters worked on it, and now I'm starting to spray the primer around the outside. That's the etch primer done around the screen. So 24 hours and that'll be dry enough for the screen guys to come back and fit the screen for me. I'll be able to start giving it a good clean inside. It's better, isn't it? We're back on Project T4 and it's the planning stage now. It's booked in for the MOT, a bit of welding and anything else that pops up, full service. But now I've got to take the measurements, see what we want as a layout. I think he's going for my usual side bed layout, so you can have it like a bench all the time for sitting on, and you've also got a full-size bed, single bed if you want to sleep. You have a gap up the middle and a unit at the side. You usually have all the electrics up the front, so it's nice and close to the main battery, and possibly a little fridge. I've got to go through all that afterwards, but first of all we've got to get the length, the width and the height. So side to side you've probably got 55 inches, 140 centimeters of usable space. The arch will be covered by the bed and the unit this side anyway, but just about got 4 foot there. Height wise, it's not like we can do an awful lot different height wise, but bear in mind there's going to be some ply and some insulation underneath. We've got, by the time we take the ply into consideration, we've probably got, let's say, 135 centimeters high. And then lengthwise, realistically got 235 centimeters there maximum. Obviously in here you're going to be checking all that, any bits of rust, it's going to get properly treated. Got to give it a good clean out of here. I might just jet wash it. I can replace the insulation foam if I need to, but everything needs to be clean before we start. We're waiting now for the MOT, and then in the meantime I can be planning. Right, let's look at the pad. So I'm back in the office now. I'm just going to go through the measurements of the T4 that I took earlier, and if you want to keep tabs of the build as it goes, please click the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up on the video. Okay, we've got the pad now with the measurements written out, and obviously it's not to the nearest millimetre. I'm working in centimetres, so we won't worry too much about the height. T4 short wheelbase is, according to our measurements today, 140 by 235. The fridge size that I would probably use in this size van is 38 centimetres wide, and it's mainly the width thing of that we'd be looking at in order to see what size bed we can fit in. And the ideal length of a bed is just short of 6 foot, 180 centimetres, and then we'll work out across the width ways whether we want double bed. That'll depend on a couple of options I'll go through now. Here, near the front, behind the driver's seat. So if we allow 40 to 50 centimetres across here, that means you've got room to make a frame around it to tidy it up. As the fridge is 38. It's got enough room for a bit of a frame around it. So if we allow 50 centimetres and our length is 235, that would leave us 185, which means we should get our 180 centimetre length bed in. So that's good news. Width-wise, I usually go for a single bed, 60 centimetres, so 2 foot or so deep if you like. Then we have an option of extending it a little way depending on how big you want a side unit. On my budget camper build, which you might have watched, we had a narrower side unit this way so that we could fit in a 4 foot double bed when it's extended. So doing that means you don't have enough space to fit in the built-in gas hob and sink, and it didn't seem an issue, to be honest, to me in my budget camper, but some people prefer them built in. I usually build them in when I'm building a van to sell. It just means you end up with a narrower double bed when it's extended. The usual rock and roll bed generally that you get is, I think it's 112 centimetres wide, but again that wouldn't leave that much room here. You have to sort of extend the top, if you like, to fit the cooker and things in, which is also something I've done as well, because obviously you can have the bed coming up, the side of the unit coming up, but then you can have it coming out so it's overhanging the bed slightly, which is another option if you want to try and fit everything in. So I'm going to check with the van's owner what options they want to go for, and then we can start planning it properly. Until we get the van back though, there's not an awful lot I can do, so hopefully in about a week or so I'll have an update. Thanks for watching, bye for now.